Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? All right, friends, we're going for it. We're combining the breath work and the come to your senses. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this level of awesomeness in your life? I think you are. So no lecture today, we're just gonna get right to it. So go ahead and get comfy, turn on the lights, make sure your computer has any other windows shut down, and let's go ahead and sit with our back supported and our head free. And we're gonna start with the balancing breath, which is again gonna help to integrate the right and left hemispheres of the brain. So take your right hand, your thumb and your ring finger, closing your right nostril with your thumb and exhaling through the left. Inhale through the left. And then switching sides, closing your left nostril with your ring finger and exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Letting this be a big, delicious inhale. When you get to the top of the inhale, take one more sip of air and then switch sides and let that air just fall out of the left nostril, all the way to empty. And when you get to the bottom of this exhale, just float there at the bottom for just a moment and then allow the air to simply fall back into the lungs, all the way to full. And when you get to the top, I want you to float there at the top, noticing that space between for just a moment. And then we switch sides and we just fall. We let the air fall out of the lungs, waking up this simultaneity of effort and surrender. And you can start to take this in your own time. We inhale through the right, and then the pattern is simply out through the left, in through the left. And then we switch out through the right, in through the right. And if one of your nostrils is stopped up, don't worry, you can simply do this on one side. You'll still get benefit. But the reason why we're closing the left and right nostrils is to help the left and right hemispheres of the brain start to talk to each other, so that you're going to have more of your creative problem-solving abilities available to you, even in the middle of a high-demand situation. So now we want to incorporate our imagination into this. So as you inhale, imagine that this breath and this energy is coming in through the base of the spine. And as you fill your lungs, you allow this energy to travel up the spine. And as you exhale, you send this breath and this energy right out through the middle of your forehead. So creating a beautiful cycle and flow of energy. As we inhale, literally imagine your breath entering through the base of your spine. And as your lungs fill, the breath travels up the central channel of your spine. And then you exhale, sending that breath and energy. Imagine it coming right through the middle of your forehead. So we're waking up this creative energy, this sexual energy that lives at the base of our spine. Sexual energy and creative energy are actually the same thing. So we can use this, we can harness it to attach it to all of the things that we want to make manifest in our life. We can use this creative energy to send it out into our work projects and our personal projects. So we'll do a few more cycles, letting these be the deepest and most delicious. Filling your lungs all the way to full and emptying them all the way to empty. And dancing in that little space between, that little space at the bottom of the exhale and the little space at the top of the inhale. Really good. And the next time you come to an exhale on the left-hand side, keep your eyes closed, but drop your hands into your lap. So, keeping the eyes closed, but gently letting your hands fall into your lap, and we'll move into come to your senses. So starting to tune your attention to your sense of hearing, and dialing into the most prevalent sound you can detect right now. Gentle reminder that meditation is not going to make you deaf. Your eardrums are still going to work just fine. So instead of thinking of sounds as distractions, we're going to start practicing pulling the lens of our awareness back and including all of our sounds in our awareness. So what's the most prevalent sound you can detect right now? And then listening for the most subtle. Really good. And on your next breath, gently moving your awareness to your sense of touch. So what's the most prevalent tactile sensation happening in your body right now? Is it your bum in the chair or a pain in your knee? Are you hot or cold? We're not judging it or trying to change it. We're simply waking up our sense of touch. both the pronounced and the subtle. Can you feel your clothes against your skin, or can you feel the breeze moving across the hairs on your arms? Or even the breath as it comes in and out of the nostrils? Really good. And on your next breath, bringing your awareness to your sense of sight, even with the eyes closed. Really see what you're seeing. It might simply be blackness, or perhaps you can see the light shining through your eyelids, or even the cells dancing in front of the membranes of your eyes. Noticing the prevalent and the subtle. Some people say that God is in the details. So as we start to wake up our attention to the subtlety, we start to wake up our own internal divinity. Really good. And on your next breath, coming to your sense of taste. And even though you're not eating anything, there's always some taste happening in your mouth. Can you taste your breakfast or your lunch, your coffee or your toothpaste? Or perhaps it's simply the absence of taste. Really good. And on your next breath, taking a deep, delicious inhale and really smell what you're smelling. What's the most prevalent smell happening for you right now? And then noticing the most subtle. How does this room smell different from a few days ago? Really good. And now we'll start to play with holding all 5 of these senses in our awareness at the same time. So on your next breath, simultaneously hearing what you're hearing, feeling what you're feeling, see what you're seeing, taste what you're tasting, and smell what you're smelling. As we wake up our 5 senses, we move ourselves into our bodies and into the right now, which is where we access our bliss and fulfillment. So this is a beautiful way to jettison you into your right brain. So again, on your next inhale, waking up your sense of hearing, your sense of touch, your sense of sight, your sense of taste, and your sense of smell. Giving yourself permission to be so deliciously present in your body, so fully human. And one final time, holding all 5 senses in your awareness at the same time. Hear what you're hearing, feel what you're feeling, see what you're seeing, taste what you're tasting, and smell what you're smelling. And knowing that these 2 elements are really beautiful ways to prime your body for meditation. We use the balancing breath to de-excite the nervous system, and then we use come to your senses to pull the lens of our awareness back so that we can accept and include anything that happens during our meditation inside of the experience. Really good. So taking one deep, delicious inhale through your nose, waking up your body, and then exhaling, starting to move your hands, move your feet, bringing your awareness into the body, into the room, into the right now. And ever so gently in your own time, you can start to slowly open the eyes. And it's really important that we take our time coming out of these practices. So if you notice that you start to get headaches after you meditate, feel free to take a little bit more time on the back end, or perhaps open your eyes halfway and then close them again, and then open them 3/4 and close them again. But we want to take care that we're entering and exiting the meditation with elegance and ease. All right, friends, so that's the first 2 elements of the M-word technique. Tomorrow we're going to add in the 3rd element. And like I said, the whole really is greater than the sum of the parts. So happy meditating, and I will see you tomorrow. And I look forward to hearing your comments in our tribe. Bye.